Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. 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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari. तुलसीनाथ महाराज की जय, गिरिधारी लाल की जय, ऋषि हरे भगवान की जय, करुणा भगवान धाम की जय, चैतन्य टैगोर और बड़े कृष्ण मेरे बहुत ही सुबह और बड़े कृष्ण ब्रह्मानंद और बड़े कृष्ण भगवान की ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 We are reading our family business, the great art of book distribution Srila Prabhupada's books. The power of showing up. Economists refer to money as dollar votes because people spend their money on what they value most. Every dollar spent, they say, is a vote for what the customer values most. Similarly, showing up for one's daily sadhana is a devotee's deliberate vote for Krishna over illusion. Those who vote by showing up, therefore, need not say much. And since in any relationship, consistency and reliability nurture faith, our consistency in showing up for our daily practice builds Krishna's faith in us and ours in him. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 4, Hiranyakashipu terrorized the universe, text 34. Yasmin Mahaguna Rachan Griyante Kabibi Muhu Na Te Aduna Pidyante Yata Bhagavati Ishvare Yasmin Mahaguna Rajan Yasmin Mahaguna Rajan Griyante ka bibir muhu Griyante ka bibir muhu Nate duna pidyante Nate duna pidyante Yatta Bhagavatishvare Yatta Bhagavatishvare Yasmin Mahat Guna Rachan Griyante ka bibir muhu Nate duna padidyante Yatta Bhagavatishvare Vaishnavas.
Yasmin Mahagunarajan Yasmin Mahagunarajan Grihante Kabirmuhu Nate Guna Pidyante Yata Bhagavatishvare
Yasmin in whom Mahat Guna exalted transcendental qualities Rajan, O King, Griyante are glorified. Kabibi, but persons who are thoughtful and advanced in knowledge. Muhu, always. Na, not. Te, this. Aduna, today. Pidyate, are obscured. Yata just as Bhagavati in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ishvare, the Supreme Controller. O King, Prahlad Maharaj's good qualities are still glorified by learned saints and Vaishnavas. As all good qualities are always found existing in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they also exist forever in his devotee Prahlad Maharaj. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. From authoritative scriptures, it is learned that Prahlad Maharaj still lives in Vaikuntha, as well as within the material world on the planet Sutala. These transcendental qualities of existing simultaneously in different places is another qualification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Goloka evanasthitya kilat mabuta. The Lord appears in the core of everyone's heart. Yes, yet he exists in his own planet, Goloka Vrindavan. A devotee acquires qualities almost the same as those of the Lord because of unalloyed devotional service. Ordinary living entities cannot be so qualified, but the devotee can be qualified like the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not in full but partially. Yasmin mahan gunarachan griyante ka bibirmuhu te natte duna pidiyante yatta bhagavatishvare. O King, Prahlad Maharaj's good qualities are still glorified by learned saints and Vaishnavas. As all good qualities are always found existing in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they also exist forever in his devotee Prahlad Maharaj. Om Gyanati Mirandasya Gyanangana Shalakaya Shaksuramilitangina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadar Shivasati Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. We continue to hear about the glories of Prahlad Maharaj, even though this chapter is named after Hiranyakashipu. But we all know that the main personality is not Hiranyakashipu, but his son, Prahlad Maharaj. And what this verse is explaining, that the fame of a pure devotee like Prahlad Maharaj is everlasting. Not like the fame in the material world that is, no matter how famous you are, you will get forgotten in due course of time. Even great actors and actresses and musicians, they all get forgotten. Like nowadays, even the young generation, they don't know who the Beatles are, isn't it? Some of them, they don't know. You can ask somebody who is 14, 15, and they don't know who the Beatles are. But in those days, they were glorified. The people will worship them. They will take pieces of earth where they step on, and they will do puja to it. All kind of crazy things. But who remembers them now? I mean, devotees remember them because of Shor Harrison, but who will remember them in the future? Hardly any. After 50 years or whoever, how many years, people won't even remember them. Not at least the new generations. But the fame of the devotee lasts forever. Like how many years is the Bhagavatam been glorified due to these great personalities? Because Bhagavatam is the pastimes of the Lord and his devotees.
It's not only the pastime of the Lord. And one interesting characteristic mentioned here, which is quite shocking for many, is that Prahlad Maharaj, he lives in Vaikuntha and he also stays in the Sutala planet. And we know this power is only present in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but according to the scripture, it is possible that great personalities and devotees, they also expand themselves into different locations. We know the Sutala planet is the planet where another great devotee resides. Do you know which one? Bali Maharaj. So they are in a good association. And Sutala planet is one of the lowest planets. We know we are in the Buloka, which is Earth planet, and there are 6 more higher planets, and there are 7 lower planets. So Sutala, Talatala, and then Sutala. But great personalities reside also in those planets, and Prahlad Maharaj is one of them. And we see that also is mentioned in other places in the scripture that this potency of expanding oneself is also possible even by great yogis. Like there is a famous case, do you remember the name of the yogi who expanded 9 times? Kardama Muni. Because he had a demanding wife, so one Kardama Muni was not enough. He need to expand a few more times to please his wife. So this is a mystic power, but the characteristic of this power is that they all do exactly the same. It's like nowadays, even in modern technology, we can make a Zoom video and millions of people can see the same person at the same time, but they all do exactly the same. But formerly, when this great personality developed this power to be in different places at the same time, they could do different things. And we see that when also Narada Muni visited Dwarka, he went to all the palaces one by one, and he saw that in one palace, Krishna was sleeping. In another palace, Krishna just woke up and was chanting the mantras. In another palace, he was eating, and another palace, he was doing something totally different. So when devotees develop this quality, they also develop this quality that they can be doing different things in different bodies. And even Srila Prabhupada mentioned that ISKCON devotees, they can go to Goloka Vrindavan, and they can also be participating in Krishna's pastime at the same time. Different bodies, same personality. So it's going to be great, isn't it? So this is qualities that we found here in Prahlad Maharaj. He could be at the same time in Vaikuntha, and he could be in the planet Sutala. And this is also mentioned regarding the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the Brahma Samhita. They said that the example is given is like a candle. With the candle, you can light many candles, but still there is the original candle. But these other candles, they have the same power, the same potency as the original candle. So Krishna expanded himself in many incarnations, and all these incarnations, they have the same potency as the original one, the original Krishna. Yet this original Krishna is special, and there are characteristics that cannot be imitated by the other incarnations. Like we never see Lord Nishinghade playing flute, or never see Baraha dancing with the gopis. These are characteristics only found in the original Nanda Nandana Krishna. So, in his desire to reciprocate with his devotee, Krishna, he is trying to reciprocate with Prahlad Maharaj in his desire to be serving him in different positions. So he is always there in Vaikuntha, and he's also there in the other planet. And there is another example, what is mentioned in the scripture, is about Shrutadeva and Bahulashva. Bahulashva was a great devotee, and he wanted to see and he wanted to serve the Lord personally. So the Lord, being in everyone's heart, is Prabhupada mentioned. He appeared before Shrutadeva, Bahulashva, and then Bahulashva at that time was a king. So Krishna was traveling with all the sages. He was not traveling, like Prabhupada many times said, Krishna is never alone. Krishna is always with his devotees. So when Krishna was traveling at that moment, he was with Shukadeva Goswami and with so many other saints and sages. So they went to see Bahulashva, and then as a king, Bahulashva gave them the best seats, the best food. But at the same time, there was another devotee, Shrutadeva, who also wanted to reciprocate in this way with the Lord, serve him directly and serve his devotees. So the Lord appeared simultaneously with all the sages in Shrutadeva's palace and in the hermit of Shrutadeva. But Shrutadeva was very poor. He was just a Brahmana, poor Brahmana. So he only offered like just a simple mat for the sages to sit, and some simple food, some dal and rice. But the Lord was equally pleased with both of them, because they were giving the best of their capacity to please the Lord. So we see that this is not uncommon for the Lord to display his form in different, simultaneously in different places. But this is more rare to see in the case of the devotees. But if somebody is like the caliber of Prahlad Maharaj, then this is possible, and this is being glorified here like one of the qualities. And these qualities of Prahlad Maharaj, we will ever be glorified in the future. Like he is one of the most famous personalities of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And there are so many other great personalities that will also be remembered. And we have in our case of Srila Prabhupada, that Srila Prabhupada is simultaneously in many places at the same time. Like we have Prabhupada here, there is Prabhupada in other temples, and he's accepting our offerings, and he's accepting the puja that is performed simultaneously in different places. So this is a characteristic of great personalities, that they can accept and they can be in different places at the same time. So in one sense, it's very surprising, it's very shocking to know that our soul can be in two different places. But when we read the scripture, we see that there are so many examples of that, and we have in our daily life also the example of Srila Prabhupada, our Guru Maharaj, that he can accept offerings from different devotees. Is there any question?
I just wondering, so if we appear in three different places, generally these places have different moods, right? So say like one place is like Kuntha, and then another place is like would you have the same mood like your actual mood, or would you have the mood of like Kuntha and have the mood of
There is no contradiction because they are separate personality, even though they are one, they are separate. So in one place, like Prahlad Maharaj is in the mood of Vaikuntha, the awe and reverence of Vaikuntha, and we see that he had also that mood with Nishingadev. When Nishingadev appeared, he had this mood of awe and reverence, like in Vaikuntha. He didn't go straight and embrace Nishingadev. He was more in the mood of awe and reverence. And in Sutala is different. He had different mood, but there is no contradiction because it's two separate and they do different things, different. They have different activities and they have a different mood, so it's no contradiction there. Am I right?
No contradiction because in each circumstance we fully surrender to the will of the Lord. So if the Lord wants to have a certain kind of answer, then they'll reciprocate with that. If the Lord wants a different answer in that circumstance, then we can reciprocate with that. So just like even Arjuna, he has a gopi form. So when he's in Arjuna form, then he's acting according to the Lord's desire in sacraments. So then he's Arjuna gopi. He's acting according to the believers. So he's fully surrendering whatever the Lord desires everything.
Yeah. Yeah, there are many examples like that. And often these personalities that are like Prahlad Maharaj are misunderstood due to their greatness. Like Hiranyakashipu, he misunderstood Prahlad Maharaj and he even tried to kill him. And we have more in modern times, like the case of a famous case in India, Mirabai. Mirabai was born in a royal family, but she didn't want to marry anyone material. She didn't want to marry somebody with bones and flesh. She only wanted to marry Krishna. And she was misunderstood. And when Rashbog, I think was the name of her husband, he died in a battlefield, the in-laws of Mirabai wanted to kill her, like Hiranyakashipu was trying to kill Prahlad Maharaj. And they gave her a pot with poison. And they said, look, there is some nectar for you. And because she was a devotee, she offered the pot to Krishna. And the poison became nectar. So she said, oh, this is tasty. Do you have some more? And then in another occasion, which is the most like famous pastime of Mirabai, they offered her a basket with flowers. They told her that it's a basket with flowers. Her in-laws, they offer her. And they say, yeah, do you want some flowers to offer to your Krishna? And she took it, and when she opened the basket, actually she saw a Shalagram Shila. But in fact, what these people they put in the basket was a cobra, because they wanted to kill Mirabai. So when she opened, this cobra transformed itself into Shalagram Shila. And you can see that, I don't know if you've seen it in Vrindavan, near Radharaman temple, there is a Mirabai temple. And if you pay some extra rupees, they can show you the Shalagram. And you see that the Shalagram got eyes like a snake. It's still there in Vrindavan. So we see that this is a case of many great personalities that they are misunderstood, like in the case of Mirabai and Prahlad Maharaj. And in the end, they said that Mirabai, she merged into the deity of Krishna. So there is no... Sorry? Yeah, nobody found the body of Mirabai. They say when she left, she just merged into the deity of Krishna. Of course, this is a very complex topic, like we see when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu merged into Tota Gopinath's deity, but that was the case of a Supreme Personality of Godhead. I never heard of a devotee merging into the deity of Krishna. So we are not going to get into that. It's a long topic. But there is some similarities in the case that Prahlad Maharaj was misunderstood and wanted to, the first people who misunderstood him wanted to kill him, and also Mirabai, she was misunderstood and people also wanted to kill. But Krishna is always there. In both cases, Krishna was always there to protect his devotees. And not only the glories of the devotees will be chanted forever, but the glories of Krishna are also chanted forever as the well-wisher and protector of the devotees. So those who are practicing Krishna consciousness, they know that they're always going to be protected by Krishna in every situation, and there is no loss or diminution, like Prabhupada said, in this process, and we just need to follow the big examples like Prahlad Maharaj, and then we can know for sure that our life will be a success, like in their life as well. Any other question? Yes, bro.
How does the bowl of Vrindavan look like?
Sorry?
How does the bowl of Vrindavan look like?
As soon as I get there, I will let you know.
Looks like that.
Yeah, it looks like. There is some brief description of Goloka Vrindavan in Brahma Samhita. Unfortunately, we only got a small portion of Brahma Samhita. They said that the biggest part of Brahma Samhita got lost. But Lord Chaitanya always relished to sing and to read Brahma Samhita because there is a vivid description of Goloka Vrindavan. Like every tree is a wish-fulfilling tree, Kalpavriksha tree, and every cow is a Kamadhenu, and the path is made with jewels, with Chintamani. There are so many beautiful descriptions. And one thing that Prabhupada said about Goloka Vrindavan is the colors are very bright. One time Prabhupada criticized some paintings of the devotees, saying that they are very dull, colors are very dull. He said, Goloka Vrindavan is not like this, colors are very bright. And it's, sometimes also, this is another thing that Prabhupada said about some paintings that we see Radha Krishna, and we see there are many trees and bushes, but no flowers in them. Prabhupada said, Goloka Vrindavan is not like this, there are flowers everywhere, full of flowers and colors, bright colors. So some descriptions are there, and we need to wait to go there to get a full picture. Okay, I've been requested to finish 8 o'clock. So, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Gaura Premanandi Haribo.